much for your support. A&J Driving School, Prestige Sportswear. Prestige has got the newly formed MMA gloves that AFC is using tonight, and all the fighters love them, so big shout out to Prestige Sportswear. The Edmonton BJJ program, you heard Mike Newton and everybody just talk about what a great program that is. Big shout out to beatdown.ca for all their great coverage and support of local fighters and having their own section. Tap Out, and of course Tap Out always gets behind Aggression MMA. We love the guys at Tap Out. And a big shout out to Treasury Vodka Bar. The VIP after party will be immediately following the show right on the corner of 100th Street and Jasper, the Treasury Vodka Bar. And also, everybody at Team Perfect, Perfect Body Consulting, Canada's premier strength and conditioning coaches, www.perfectbody.ca. And I believe we have some beautiful Team Perfect girls walking around the crowd right now. They're going to be throwing some t-shirts up. So big shout out to Team Perfect. I also believe Jason Strudwick and a couple of the Edmonton Oil Kings are here this evening at the table. And at this time, we talked about it earlier on, AFC, what that is it's 3 local MMA organizations, Aggression MMA here in Edmonton, Armageddon in Victoria, and Axe Combat out of Calgary have all joined forces. And at this time, I'd like to welcome to the AFC cage, Troy LePage, Moin Mirza, and Harvey Panesar from Aggression, as well as Steve Fader from Axe, and Darren Owen from the former Armageddon Fighting Championships. Okay, I'm going to start with the Edmonton boys. I see Troy's a little slow. He's slowly getting to the cage. We can look wherever. Right over here. So Moin, I know you and Troy and Harvey have been supporting, or have been holding MMA shows in Edmonton for the last few years. Exactly what does the merger mean for Aggression, the former Aggression MMA?
It means that we are now Canada's largest promotion. We can share fighters, share contracts, put on the best fights within Canada without having to look over our shoulders and stressing about anything. We've got great partners. Everyone gets along really well, and we put on the best shows in Canada. And we're not just going to be a Western-based organization, so keep watching.
Now, Troy LePage, get in here. I know nobody ever talks to you, but you're a big part of Aggression MMA. I don't want to, talk about that shirt. It's a little bright. But the merger for you, what does it mean for you?
It's just an expansion into just branching out. I mean, it makes us big. It makes us do more shows, lets us do more shows, lets us provide more content for the fans. By the way, thanks everyone. Thank you, all of you, for supporting us and making us what we are.
Now, Harvey Panesar. Also need Mark Sinclair to the cage, please. Mark Sinclair. Harvey, get over here. Now I know as a manager and someone that looks after a lot of fighters, there's been a lot of people saying they can't find me an opponent and guys are getting hurt. You got people chomping at the bit to get on your card. If anybody's not fighting on this card, it's almost by choice. Tell me how it feels to have guys lining up at your door wanting to fight on your shows.
It feels absolutely amazing. It's been a long time coming. We've been working our butts off. What can I say, man? Finally, those fighters that didn't want to fight for us 2.5 years ago are begging to get on our card now. I think that's the best part of it. It's almost like a sweet justice.
Now, we talked about it earlier tonight. It's kind of a passing of the guard. You see a guy like KB Bullard come in tonight with his great crowd support, as you can hear it again. Nick Dragage. I know Zach Blaber's coming back after a layoff, and he took a tough fight. Tim Camelli's coming off 2 straight losses. He wanted to take a tough fight. And of course, you got Big Bad Beaumont calling for a title shot. You got tough local kids that aren't looking for excuses like a lot of other guys that want to fight tough.
They're just beasts, man. Beasts. KB, Steve, Zach, everybody. They're just unreal, man. And Tim Camelli, I can't say enough. I get goosebumps. These guys are true warriors. They never back down from a fight. We're just excited to have them. We're glad to have them. And, they're going to stay here as long as we can until they springboard to the big leagues.
Well, congratulations to you. And I want to bring Darren Owen in here. Darren from Victoria, BC, Armageddon Fighting Championships. I know you guys, you actually held the first AFC merger show last month, I believe. How has the feedback been in Victoria for teaming up with Aggression and Axe?
Everyone's very excited about what we're doing here and what we're going to be doing in the future. This is just getting started. It's going to get bigger and better, and everyone's going to see that. You're going to see great, talented fighters coming from Western Canada, and eventually, you know, we're going to take over this whole country of ours. So I'm excited.
Now, as a guy that, you know, is in touch with the local fan base in Edmonton, does this merger open up a lot of doors for Edmonton fighters as far as fighting in Victoria?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, it's one big roster now. It's not just BC guys fighting in BC. There's going to be a lot of crossover and a lot of phenomenal fights and some amazing title fights coming up pretty quick.
And speaking of title fights, we have one later tonight, and not only a great card, but I'm going to bring Steve Fader in. Next week, Steve, this is AFC 9 here tonight. I believe next Friday night is AFC 10. And I know he's from Calgary, but give him a warm response. But we got a great card going on in Calgary next week.
Yes, sir. Joe Dirksen versus Joel Powell in the main event at 185. It's an action-packed card. I mean, if you're from Red Deer or you're coming down from Edmonton to watch the Edmonton guys fight, you get your tickets at my good friend George's store, a Hype Fight store on 17th Ave. Hypefight.com is the website. You guys check it out. It's his online store. I want to say thanks to everybody that came tonight, and thanks in advance to everybody who's going to attend the Calgary show. The AFC merger, as far as the merger is concerned, I mean, it means good business for the MMA industry in Canada as a whole. You're really either with us or you're against us. I mean, you want to be involved in the most lucrative, successful mixed martial arts organization in Canada. It's the AFC or nothing.
You know, that's 100%. The fighters are lining up at your door. You got that great show going on next week. Hype. You know, Hype, I can't thank them enough as well. They've helped out a few of my guys. They're an awesome store. Now, we got a championship bout tonight here between Stephen Beaumont and Evan Sangwin. The champion is not only Edmonton. I know Darren touched on it with title fights. That's going to be all across. That belt will be good in Victoria, Calgary. If you're the AFC champ, you're going to be fighting all over Western Canada.
Absolutely. We've got a stacked roster as far as the 155 division is concerned already. So I'm excited to see who wins tonight. You know, Big Bad Beaumont's got a pretty good crowd here tonight, so hopefully he puts on a good show. And we'll see if Evan can come back and try and perform at his best.
Now, I know you're from Calgary, and it's tough to get any love out of you. But what do you think of the Edmonton crowd here tonight?
I love this crowd. This KB Bullet crowd right here. I'm gonna put this kid to work every single AFC show we've got, so make sure you stay healthy, KB.
All right, let's give it up for all the group. What's that? Phil, sorry. Let's give it up for the newly formed AFC